Welcome to the edge of the world. This is the Dakar Rally, where the impossible becomes the daily routine for 2 weeks of hell.
Born from a moment of desperation in the Sahara, one man envisioned a race that would push human.
It began as Paris-Dakar, a transcontinental odyssey connecting the lights of Europe to the dust of Africa. Over decades, the rally has shifted continents, but the core challenge remains the same: conquer the terrain or go home. The weapon of choice is the 450cc rally replica, a purpose-built machine designed to survive thousands of kilometers of abuse.
The cockpit is a spaceship of controls, housing the Roadbook, Tripmasters, and CAP heading repeaters.
GPS is limited. Riders must decipher a scrolling paper scroll of symbols and headings, while moving at breakneck speeds.
The empty quarter offers nothing but sand as far as the eye can see, a beautiful but deadly ocean of dunes.
Fesh is the silent killer, fine powder that hides rocks and ruts, blinding riders and clogging engines.
It's not just sand. Razor-sharp rocks in mountain passes threaten to destroy tires and rims in an instant.
The day begins before dawn, with riders facing freezing liaisons on the highway before the special stage starts.
The liaison is the commute to work, hundreds of kilometers of cold asphalt just to reach the starting line.
The countdown hits 0, the clutch releases, the race against the clock and the elements begins.
On the flats, these machines can reach speeds over 160 kilometers per hour, unstable and terrifying on dirt tires.
Riding dooms is like surfing. You must read the waves, keep momentum, and never let the front wheel dig in. Crashes are inevitable. The sand is unforgiving, and a momentary lapse in concentration leads to disaster. Lifting a 160-kilogram bike in sweltering heat drains energy faster than the riding itself. Modern safety technology, like airbag vests, saves lives, absorbing impacts that would once break bones.
Seen from above, the riders are insignificant dots, traversing a landscape that has existed for millennia.
Factory teams like KTM, Honda, and Hero bring massive logistics, with mechanics rebuilding bikes every night.
Then there is Original by Moto, or Malle Moto, riders with no support crew, doing their own mechanics.
Sleep is the ultimate luxury. Most riders operate on a few hours of rest, battling exhaustion psychosis.
Camel grass is nature's speed bump, rock-hard clumps that threaten to throw you over the handlebars.
Dehydration is a constant threat. Riders consume liters of fluid, but the desert heat sucks it right back out.
You must pass invisible GPS waypoints. Miss one, and you face massive time penalties or disqualification.
Fall into a dune bowl, and you enter a mousetrap. Getting out requires momentum you no longer have.
Despite the competition, the spirit of Dakar is solidarity. When a rider is in danger, others stop to help. The marathon stage is the cruelest twist. No support teams overnight. You must fix your own machine.
Managing tires over hundreds of kilometers of rocks requires a delicate right hand to prevent disintegration.
They don't use air. Foam mousse inserts prevent flats, but they can melt under extreme heat and speed.
The engines scream at high RPMs for hours, radiating heat that cooks the rider's legs.
Even in the middle of nowhere, passionate locals gather to witness the spectacle of speed.
Overtaking cars or trucks is terrifying. You must ride blind into the dust, trusting your instinct and luck.
The Sentinel system blares an alarm when a faster vehicle is approaching from behind, warning you to move.
The bivouac is a traveling circus, a temporary city that moves hundreds of kilometers every single day.
In the mess hall, legends and amateurs eat side by side, united by the shared trauma of the stage.
Every muscle screams. Physios work through the night to patch up broken bodies for the next day.
With 300 millimeters of suspension travel, The bikes soak up impacts that would destroy a standard vehicle.
Carrying 30 liters of fuel changes the bike's handling drastically from the start of the stage to the finish.
You ask why we do it? Because out here, stripped of comfort, you find out who you really are. It's an addiction.
The desert is unpredictable. Flash floods can turn dry wadis into impassable rivers in minutes.
It's not just heat. High-altitude stages bring freezing temperatures, numbing fingers on the clutch.
The night before, riders mark their roadbooks, color-coding dangers. Blue for water, red for danger.
Triple danger marks on the scroll mean death is a possibility. You must slow down or pay the price.
Getting lost is a mental breaker. You watch your rivals pass you while you desperately search for the track.
To finish, you need mechanical sympathy. You must nurse the bike home when it's hurting.
The chassis undergoes stress cycles that would snap a normal frame in half within an hour.
Women compete in the same category as men, proving that grit and endurance have no gender.
Alongside the bikes, quad riders wrestle four-wheeled beasts, facing a physically brutal upper body workout. The racing trucks are terrifying behemoths, surfing the dunes with thousands of horsepower.
Rest day is the halfway point. It's a chance to reset, repair, and prepare for the final brutal week.
For the top teams, an engine change is a choreographed dance, completed in minutes to avoid penalties.
In the end, it comes down to seconds. After 8,000 kilometers, the gap between victory and defeat is razor thin.
The hands take the brunt of the abuse. Blisters form under blisters, making every twist of the throttle agony.
Shots, or dried lake beds, allow for maximum speed, but hidden wet spots can swallow a bike whole.
A crash that breaks the navigation tower leaves a rider blind, forced to follow others' tracks.
Helmet cams capture the raw violence of the ride, a perspective that TV cameras can never replicate.
Vision is everything. Riders carry spare goggles to fight the changing light and constant dust.
The isolation is profound. For hours, it is just you and the voice in your head telling you to keep going.
The media helicopter is a welcome sight, a sign that the world is watching your struggle.
The rivalry between KTM, Honda, and others drives innovation, pushing the limits of motorcycle engineering.
For the amateur, finishing is winning. Just reaching the end is a lifelong dream fulfilled.
The heartbreak of withdrawal is crushing. Years of preparation gone in a single mechanical failure or injury.
Exotic materials like carbon fiber and titanium are essential to keep weight down and strength up.
The final stage. The body is broken, the bike is rattling, but the finish line calls like a siren.
The release of tension is explosive. The winner crosses the line, etching their name into history. The podium is reserved for the Titans, but every finisher receives the coveted Dakar medal.
The Bedouin Head Medal is the most prized possession in off-road racing, a symbol of ultimate survival.
New contenders rise, challenging the establishment and bringing new colors to the desert palette.
The future is approaching with electric prototypes, promising a quiet but powerful revolution in the dunes.
The spirit of adventure lives on. A challenge for those who move forward, and the bonds formed in the desert last a lifetime. They are a brotherhood of the dunes. The bikes return scarred and battered, wearing their damage like badges of honor.
Millions watch from home, captivated by the daily drama of survival and speed.
It connects cultures, bringing the racing world to remote corners of the globe.
The imagery of the Dakar is iconic, man and machine against the overwhelming power of nature.
As quickly as it appeared, the rally vanishes, leaving only tracks in the sand that the wind will erase. They return to normal life, but a part of them always remains out there in the dunes.
The race ends, but the preparation for the next one begins immediately. The obsession never sleeps.
This is not just a race, it is the Dakar. And once the sand gets in your blood, it never leaves.